What it do, folks? It is your host, Sensei, on Popcorn and Pork Rinds YouTube channel, raw and uncut and unscripted. Today, we're going to go back down memory lane. Yep, that's right. I'm doing it again. Oh, my goodness. Old man rambles and old man trying to pick through his memory bank to remember a time when Horde didn't have Paladin. That's what I'm here to talk about today. So, story time. Back in 2004/2005, I think it was probably the end of 2005, but neither here or there. It was around that time. And a buddy of mine comes up to me and says, "Hey, I want you to go buy this PC game." And I said, "What is it?" He goes, "Don't worry about it." And I'm like, "Nah, man, what is it?" And he goes, "Okay, it's World of Warcraft." "I want you to go buy it." And I said, "What is it?" So he explains to me what it is, and we go down to Best Buy, and I buy World of Warcraft. And I think at the time it had multiple discs, and it took forever. My setup that I had, it took a long time to actually install. So finally, I installed the game, up and running, and I'm like, there's just a massive amount of just information being dumped on me. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. So my buddy is talking to me on the phone, and I'm like, okay, I'm over here, and we're learning the game together. So by this point, I think a week or two goes by, and he completely abandoned me. You know, at this point, I think I quested up until I got to Silver Pine Forest. And he's messaging me, and he's like, "Hey, you know, I just leveled up." "Okay, cool." "Hey, I'm in a guild now." What is a guild? I don't know what a guild is. Thank you. I'm stuck in a forest. Silver Pine Forest, literally killing boars. You remember the episode of Make Love Not Warcraft? Yeah, that was pretty much me, except alone. So by that point, I ended up getting like Half-Life 2, and I stopped playing World of Warcraft, but I didn't take my card off. So it was charging me every month to have this subscription, although I was no longer playing. My friend, he didn't even message me and say, "Hey, you know, I don't see you on the game. What's going on?" No, he was fully engulfed. So I remember at one point in time, I would just get off of work, come home, log in just to look, and you could see where somebody was at, and he would be in Alterac Valley. I think it was Alterac Valley, or the other one. Something basic. I have to put it on the screen because it's been a long time since I've done that, but a Battleground. He was constantly, I'm talking about morning, noon, and night, he was in a Battleground. And I'm like, okay, so he's leveling up and he's doing all of these things. And yeah, I just completely stopped playing because I pretty much felt abandoned, and I didn't really want to learn the game fully. So now I'm playing Half-Life 2. So one day I came home from work early, and I saw my wife sitting down at the computer playing World of Warcraft. She logged on to my account, and I see that she's in South Shore. She had made an undead female warrior, the one that you see on the screen now, although her name was Akira, based off of the anime and the Acura Integra car that we had at the time. So that was the name, but as you see, the name's changed to Talia. That's another story. I'll probably say it here. But I'm looking, I'm like, what is happening? And she goes, "Oh, I'm raiding South Shore." I was like, okay. And I see you're fighting that other character. Your health is going all over the place. It's going down, it's going up, it's going down. She goes, "Oh, I have a healer." "What do you mean you have a healer?" "Yeah, I have the priest standing over by some building. I'm in their line of sight, and they're healing me." I'm like, okay. So then she starts fighting a dwarf paladin. Now she's fighting a dwarf paladin, and life is going down. He stops, puts his hands up. He's healing himself, but I'm not understanding what's happening. So I'm like, well, that warrior that you're fighting, I don't see a healer healing him. It looks like he's doing it to himself. Warriors can heal themselves. And she goes, "No, that's a paladin." I'm like, okay. I failed to mention the first character that I made was an undead warrior named Warness. I don't know why I named it Warness. That's a stupid name, but I did. So I'm like, okay, so warriors can't heal themselves. She goes, that's a paladin. I'm like, okay. So now I'm excited because I even asked her, I was like, how did you get to, I think she was level 19 at the time. And she goes, quest. I was like, quest? Okay. So then I go and I delete Warness. I delete him. I could have left him, but I deleted him. And now I'm looking for paladin. I'm like, what is going on? Come to find out, at the time, Horde did not have paladins. Horde had shamans, but Alliance didn't have shamans. And I was like, boo. So what I ended up doing was playing her warrior until they announced the Burning Crusade was going to be coming out. So I was like, okay, look, this is what I'm going to do. Burning Crusade is going to come out. They announced that they're going to have Blood Elf Paladins. I'm going to buy 2 games so that way you can have your own account. I'll have my own account. I'm going to make a new character. So what I did was I created Sep. And being that I created Sep, I went Retribution. Big fail. Yeah, nobody wanted Retribution. Retribution was not putting out damage like that. Nobody wanted it. But I had a really good guild, and they still allowed me to go and, quest and raid and all this other stuff once I got to, end level. And I was doing okay. I was doing okay being just Retribution. I stayed Retribution all the way up until I think maybe Warlords of Draenor. Then I went Prot, and I actually tanked a few raids on Sep. But yeah, I had such the hardest time playing Ret all the way through Burning Crusade, all the way up until that point. But it was just really interesting that I didn't know that they were going to introduce paladins for Horde until then. And I made, of course, Sepultura, but I would still play her warrior and raid on her warrior because her warrior was, at that point, was geared to a T and was being invited everywhere. And I wasn't because I'm a Ret Paladin. Ret Paladins suck. So out of all of that, even still to this day, I guess I should get into why I have her character, which is Tale. So that was my ex-wife. Me and her are no longer together, and it's been years at this point. But once we split, I'm like, okay, I'm going to let the other account go, and I'm going to transfer her character over to my account and play it. But what ended up happening, they made it slightly easier to level other characters, and that's what I ended up doing. I would level my paladin, and then I would go and level other characters to max level because I got tired. I got tired of playing my paladin because I'd played it for years at that point, and I wanted a different experience. So what ended up happening is I actually played a rogue for a very long time. I played a rogue, and then after that, other expansions came out, and I went back to playing Sep, and then this new expansion, well, it's not new, but it's the latest expansion, I made Sensei. Obviously, what it do, folks? It is your host, Sensei, on Popcorn Porkman's YouTube channel. As you see, Sensei is an undead warrior. Yeah, that's a callback to Warness. And being that I should have just rocked with that, because that, in my core soul, I am an undead warrior. Yeah, there might have been a paladin in me at one point in time, but yeah, I think Sensei is more of a me, because as you see, Sensei is max level now and Sepultura is not. But that's fine. I'm gonna probably level up all the other characters that I have. Probably play a little bit more, but I'm not sure. Again, being an adult, being very busy, playing the game for, at this time, it's been over 20 years. I am not young like I was before, but I was pushing it. I was pushing it in the very beginning, playing this game 17 hours. And then the documentaries coming out and, people neglecting their children and all of this other stuff, like just craziness going on around World of Warcraft. But now that there's swirlings and there's rumblings of maybe a World of Warcraft 2, in all honesty, if they do World of Warcraft 2, I hope that they get away from the way it looks. I know a lot of people like the way it looks. They like the aesthetics. Me, I want like a higher upgraded visual experience. But, you know, it's not just me that plays the game. It's a bunch of other people that play the game. Millions of people, to be exact, I guess, at this point. But that's what I would want to see, you know, updated systems, maybe simplified a little bit. Yes, the game is very complicated, but, you know, and I'm not talking about mobile. I'm not talking about putting it on mobile or putting it on console. I mean, I kind of feel like they're missing a lot of money when it comes to putting World of Warcraft on console. I would not play it on console. I would only play it on PC if they did that. But the visualization for me, I would love for it to upgrade. Matter of fact, I kind of, because I never played the other games from Blizzard, but I feel that like a StarCraft game like World of Warcraft, or even Diablo, do Diablo like World of Warcraft? It gets the same treatment, you know, open world, and instead of it being, you know, the turn-based, what it is. I don't know. I'm just rambling about it and just randomly had that thought right now thinking about it. But, you know, moving forward, I don't know if anybody else is going to really want to come back and check it out. But I'm surprised that this game has lasted as long as it has, because look at all the other games that came out that did it before World of Warcraft, and then you had all these other games that was, oh, this is the Warcraft killer, and then they failed. And here we are. It's 2026. World of Warcraft is not dead. I mean, same thing with Magic the Gathering. It's so funny. They're like, oh man, this is the death of Magic the Gathering. Well, they're still making money. They're still putting out sets. People still play. I play, obviously. But let me know how you feel about anything and everything about this game moving forward in the comment section below. And thank you for tuning in to Popcorn and Pork Rinds YouTube channel, raw and uncut, unscripted, baby. Have a good day. Peace.